She's a runner. She's a track star. Instead of running around the track, now she's running around South Georgia, selling homes, nurturing 3 children, and flying around Camilla, supporting her husband and the Mitchel County Eagles. In the first episode of The Women Behind the Whistle, Morgan Jackson sits down with Miss Kristina Pinkins. I am so excited to be sitting down with you. It was only fitting that you were my first guest because you're a Gamecock, like myself, and your husband, Coach Pinkins, gave me the idea, and I'm so grateful for this idea. And I'm excited to get to know a little bit more about you and y'all's story.
Great, I'm glad to be here. It's an honor. And like you said, being Gamecocks, it always makes it special.
Yeah.
We see
Not many of us down here, you know what I'm saying? So we got to stick together. I want to start from the beginning. Where did you and Coach Pinkins meet?
Well, we both went to South Carolina. I was a track runner, and he, of course, played football. So I always kind of knew who he was in school, and most athletes know each other in school. But we never, no more than hi, maybe, seeing each other or just speaking in passing. And then one summer night, going out, everybody goes home for summer mostly.
Yeah.
And since I live off campus, I stayed. And my friend and I were out, my best friend, one night with just us two, finding something to do. And as we were leaving, he and some of his teammates and friends and former teammates were coming. And they were like, no, y'all stay. Because my best friend knew them, well, but not like I did. I just didn't hi, bye. But she knew them. So we went back, and he kind of started hitting on me from there.
I was going to say macking.
Yeah, macking on me then. He shot his shot then. He shoot his shot.
Was it love at first sight?
Actually, no.
Okay.
I was kind of like, when I got home, she was like, Dondrell asked if he can get your number. And I was like, I was just being nice. I was like, yeah, okay, that's fine. So it kind of went from there. Like, he got my number that night. We talked a little here and there, but it was just like kind of hit or miss. And he'd invite me over to watch a fight. I think this is Mike Tyson still fighting, maybe. And I was like, no, I'm not coming tonight. And then he's like, "You come watch the track meet?" It was a national track meet or something. I was like,
anything.
No,
it's
just trying to get. But I finally gave in. Then started getting to know him more, and then that's kind of how it became a thing.
So y'all got married. How did y'all get back to South Georgia from South Carolina?
South Carolina. So when I graduated, I went to Lawrenceville, Georgia, Gwinnett County, and worked there. And he was already back in South Georgia doing arena ball.
Okay.
So after that didn't work out, he did that for a little while, and he decided he wanted to make more money. He came to Gwinnett as well, and we worked. He worked. We were just still dating, and then we ended up getting married. He proposed, and then we got married. I was pregnant with Jada, so probably about 3-4 months into that, he got a call from his friends asking him to come back and coach the Eagles. And I was like, no. And so he did, and so that's how we ended up back in South Georgia.
Being from Texas, being in South Georgia, what was your first, how did you feel about being here?
Different. It was different. So I was kind of like, it's small, it's country, there's not anything to do. Where am I going to work? Just less resources. So I was kind of like, but then there was the plus side. I was going to have this baby. His parents were here. Yep. Yes. His parents were here. And I was like, daycare, we were looking, and it was very expensive in Atlanta area. So it kind of I just kind of gave in, like, hey, we'll make it work. And if this is what you want to do, then I just followed right along. Yeah.
Now, when I first moved here, my dad actually knew who Coach Pinkins was. He's like, oh, he played at South Carolina. He was quarterback. And then as I got to know, the Camilla community, they talked about all the Pinkins boys. When you first came here, how did the community really welcome you?
They were very welcoming because, like you said, he's from here. So kind of know everybody. A lot of the family, everybody's related to somebody.
Right.
So they were very welcoming. My first visit here, we were just dating, and I felt very welcomed by his mom, and we were here for his grandma's funeral. So I drove down by myself because he was in Atlanta training when it happened. So he had to come on his own, and I had to come on my own. So that was my first experience here. And then it's these gnats, and I was like, what are
the
these?
Gnats will do it. They'll do
it.
Yeah, they'll do it.
They were in the store, beating me in the store, and I'm like, but it was different, but very welcoming. I mean, I felt welcomed.
Now, he's had 2 stints at Mitchell County. The first one, you talk about you being welcome. I know some people say it's a more added pressure when you're from the community. Did y'all feel that sense of pressure when he took the job?
The first time, no, because he was young, you know, just getting into it, so we didn't know what to expect. So I think the second stint, I was more nervous because it's like you're coming back, and we kind of know what we dealt with when we were there the first time, and so that the second time, I think I felt more pressure. I don't know if he did or not, maybe, but I felt it was just going to be more pressure. How did you navigate being a coach's wife, just having a baby in a new, different environment? It was just a learning process, learning how the hours work, what goes into it initially, and Jada, she ended up growing up loving it. Like, she liked to be outside when he's at practice, running the track. Or she's a beast for everyone who does not know. She's an absolute beast. So I guess she had no choice. Since a baby, she was outside doing something. Yeah. And I guess the hours was the main thing, because he would come home, he'd be dead tired. So it's like everything's on me, in a sense. Yeah. And then we both learned how to give and take, and it's just a learning process. Still a learning process, but it's one that. What are some of your biggest takeaways from, like, just freshly starting out, becoming a coach's wife, a new mom? My first takeaways were, I guess, kind of like I said, most of the thing, it was just like, I don't have the same time, because we went from being on the same schedule, work schedule in life, to like, now you're here, I don't really know anybody here, and like just time, like just the time thing, I guess, was my biggest takeaway, learning what to do, things we could do, like me and Jada could do together, to take up time when he's coaching and doing other obligations for school. So a little while after his first stint at Mitchell, he decided to take the job at Pelham. What was that conversation like when he was like, okay, you know, I'm going to apply for this? Actually, he didn't go straight. I know there was a time in between. Okay. Yeah. We went to Valdosta, then Thomasville, and then the Pelham job. And that was, I don't know, I felt like that job, I felt good about it, like, because like he was called to do it, and like we always thought there was talent in Pelham, but just not, you know, brought out the way I guess it could have been. Yeah. So it was kind of exciting when he got that call to take that job. Even though it was a rival, you know, it was the community still took to him like just as he was from there. Just they, you know, it was very good support there. That was a very good stint of our career. Did the Mitchell County people, they were just like, go? Oh, like, they were, of course, they give you a hard time. They're going to say, traitor this, you know, traitor that. But we dealt with that, especially when the game, so that made that rivalry that much bigger then. When he was in Pelham, I think it was a bigger deal to the community in Camilla, but just because he was from Camilla. But now you're over here, and it's, you know, I guess they felt away, which is expected. Did you see a big difference from when he was like at Valdosta? Obviously, he wasn't the head coach there, but being at Valdosta, then coming back down to a single A school? Yes, there's a difference, huge difference. But mostly because, you know, that's a big school, big football town. The resources are more readily there because there's more money. They have a very strong touchdown club. So, you know, the expectations are very high. And just the equipment, just things, everything was just, it's just different at a higher level versus the small. And they both have their pros and the cons. Yeah. Yeah. What are some of the pros at being at a smaller school? Small school? The community is what I say. Everyone knows each other. You kind of know this kid's parents. You grew up with their uncle. You know, everybody knows somebody. So that's kind of a good relationship thing, I think, for most times. I mean, sometimes it could be not so good, but for the most part, I think community is what makes the smaller town a good. What are some of the challenges you face at being at a smaller school? The challenges are, like I said, financially, trying to get the resources we need to be as successful as the community and everybody expects us to be. Having the right equipment, the facilities, the nutrition, part of it, it takes money, and we have to be creative with how we plan, and sometimes it might come out of our own pockets, but just because we want the kids to be the best that they can be on and off the field. So that's the biggest challenge, and I think a lot of people don't know, like they just see the game and they want to win right then, right there, but they don't know what it takes to make these kids to make the machine go. Yeah, it takes a lot to make the machine go. What are some things that you have to do as his wife to really help it be to the status? Or well, you have to be very supportive, for one. You have to be encouraging, when the late nights you have to try to, and sometimes it's challenging to not be a little selfish in that aspect. But you have to be the one to say, do we have this? You know, I have the certain things. He has so much to do that I'm like, well, do y'all have this? Or do y'all, you know, is this done? And sometimes I'll have to do like pre-order the post-game meals, or he'll ask me to do, can you call and, you know, set that up? Or can you know, it's always something. Can you run and get this for us? Or can you, you know, so I always have to do, I'm working with my kids doing stuff, and then I have to try to fit in that. So it's overwhelming sometimes, but I wouldn't trade it.
Has there been anything he's asked you to do and you're like, why am I doing this? Like, why can't you do it? Or why can't you get somebody else to do it?
Yes, for sure. For sure. I'm always saying that. That's the thing in the small towns, like people wear multiple hats. So I'm like, well, I'm sure there's somebody, they can't hire somebody to do this, or somebody can't do that. So like, I do get moments like that, and I guess that might go into sometimes the selfish mode, and I'm like, why I gotta do it? Why I always gotta be the one to do it?
How do you juggle it all? You have 3 beautiful children, you're married, you have a career. She also does real estate if you're looking for a home.
Come see me.
How do you like juggle all those things?
Ooh, okay. Well, people always say, I don't know how you do it. I'm like, I don't know either. I just do it. It's like, if you think about it, it gets overwhelming. I find myself in that space sometimes. I'm like, I gotta do this, and this. Then I'm like, hold on, just wait. Don't look at it. Just do it. So, I mean, sometimes like this one has to be at this practice, and this has to be at this practice at the same time. Now having a driving kid, that helps. But still the other 2, I have to finagle and juggle and still trying to make the oldest games at the same time. So it gets frustrating. And then sometimes I'm like, I just need you to get here so you can come help me run kids. And then having family, like sometimes I use my in-laws to help, and my dad sometimes. But sometimes you don't want to bother them all the time. So I feel, you know, a little guilt there.
So your dad moved here?
My dad does live here now.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So he helps when he can. He works nights, but he helps when he can, and his parents, they help when they can. So that's the biggest plus about being back.
How often does Coach Pinkins get to like come to their games and stuff?
He actually is really good about trying to make it when he can. Like this is Jada's senior year, and he made it up. He said he's going to try to make as much as possible. Like maybe do offense first, and he can leave and go catch some of her games. Like he'll get to go today because they had practice this morning. So he makes as much as he can. I can give him that. He does. He's very present.
Was there ever a conversation you had to have with your kids, like, okay, you know, Dad won't be able to make it today because he's doing this, or they kind of just get it?
They get it. If we say that he's got something like DJ, the youngest, sometimes he wants, Dad, can you come to if they have a program at school or something, he'll want him to come during the day, like, and he's good about trying to make it. And if he can't, then he kind of understands. So that's why I try to. It is hard being in education as well and having multiple jobs, because I try to be at everything for the kids, because I know that, Coach to be there. I'm one of those people that I feel like somebody should be there. So I try not to miss a lot as well.
On a Friday night, can you just walk me through a Friday night in the Pinkins household from the time y'all wake up to the time y'all pull back in the driveway?
It's funny you asked me that, because my cousin always told me, you should be doing a vlog. He's like, you should be vlogging everything, because it's kind of chaotic. When they were smaller, days I want to cry. Like when his little baby, because he be crying. You know, they're crying. I gotta take a shower. It was just a lot. When they were smaller. Now that they're older.
Now, what ages? Like, how far apart are each of them?
They are the oldest is 16.
Okay.
10 and 8. So 3 years and 6 years.
Okay, and then
3 and 6.
Yeah.
So when the little ones were younger, it was harder because they're not as self-sufficient. So I've got to plan to do this, and then they want to run around and do this, and then the baby's crying, and so I'm like, I'm looking a mess. I gotta look cute because I gotta be cute.
Yes, you gotta be cute.
So there were some frustrating days. Now it's way easier. Like it's very much I get food, try to bring it home, have it when they get home. We eat, get dressed. So this time we're leaving y'all. Take our pictures.
Yeah.
And then we go to the games. We ride. We listen to our music, and we go. But as the younger stage, it was rough.
Yeah.
It was rough. But as they're older, they're a little more. They can do their own thing. They can pick their own clothes. They can, So it makes it a little easier on game day.
I know you said your second daughter, she's really into fashion, and you said makeup.
She likes makeup.
Yes.
Skylar likes makeup.
Yes.
So she'll go in my bathroom and get, like the other day, she said, when Jada leaves, I'm going to hide all her makeup so she can leave it here with me. So she can't take it. But she's going to be the diva.
Yeah.
She's
One little boy, how is it just seeing him follow in his dad's footsteps. I see him at practice sometimes,
He
you know,
loves,
following, he like throwing the ball around at games.
Yep.
How special is that?
It's very special. Like, that was the main, I kind of wanted a boy. Every man wants a boy to kind of keep the game going. And so it's very fun watching their relationship. He's always like, Daddy, let's go. You know, first he started out kicking, like he loves to kick.
Really?
He kicked field goals, and then he started, you know, people want to make him a quarterback because
of course.
Me, I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
But then he always says, like he told somebody the other day, he wants to go to South Carolina. So he wants to kind of follow his
smart
dad.
Young man.
He's very smart, very smart.
When does the quality time come in for you and Coach, you and the family?
I am a big vacationer, so I am adamant about the time that when he has dead weeks, I'm like, planning trips, let's go, because he's gonna work or answer phone calls or do something if we're here, if we're in town. So I'm big on like, let's get away, let's go, preferably out of the country. But we are big, and that's our time. And like once a week during the week, even now, like last night we had date night. We try to go eat, just he and I, because the kids are a little old enough to take care of themselves. Yeah,
do what they want to do.
They take their showers, they can do.
Yeah.
So we try to do once a week date nights. It gets tough this time of the year, but because like he has early Thursday practice, but we try to get him in once a week, so have at least a couple hours.
How important is that?
That's very important. And that's my biggest takeaway for any new and up and coming coaching wife, or anybody that's planning to be married, or to keep it, always find your time. That's a big thing, finding y'all's time.
And just time for yourself. Like, I was going to ask, how do you like pour back into yourself, fill your cup? Can you fill your own cup? You get what I'm trying to say.
Lately, the last few years has taught me, go get your hair done, go get your nails, find time, no matter what I tell the kid, hey, I'm going to get my toes done. I try to find me time, because if I don't take care of me, I can't take care of them.
Yeah.
And I've got to feel like
your best self.
Best self. So I've gotten better about that. I wasn't that way in the beginning. So it takes time sometimes to figure it out. But
18 years of coaching, when do you feel like you really found your groove, I guess, as far as like being his support system and just?
I think, probably by the time we made it to Thomasville, right after Valdosta, because Valdosta was rough. Ooh, those late nights, early, like those some long hours in Valdosta. So that was a rough time too. But I think Thomasville, coming into Pelham, I started to get my true space, like learning this is what I can do for the team. This is, how can we do, like we used to do family dinners on Sunday before the coaches met. We would eat together with everybody, all the coaches' families. And I've got to get back into that, but it's a little hard now because everybody has their own. You got to do it now. They're winning, they're up and up. You got to, So that's kind of how I implement it. Trying to keep family involved.
And I just have one more question. I feel like you kind of have a unique perspective, I guess, experience being a coach's wife, because you're an athlete yourself. Like you said, you ran track at South Carolina. Do you think that helped you in any aspect, like understanding like what all went into it?
So me being an athlete helps me understand it, because I know what it takes to be an elite athlete and to be a winner and want to win. So that helps me be the wife, a supporting wife for something that he wants to do. And I like to win. Like I want Friday nights, I want to win.
You want to win.
So I know that I kind of like, this is what it's going to take when I get in my moments when I'm like, okay, but I want to win Friday. So that's kind of what helps me, I think.
Yeah, it helps when you're in the win column. Y'all won a lot this past season. We're obviously hoping for.
We have big expectations this year, so I'm hoping that we meet those expectations.
Fly,
I'm excited.
Fly.
I'm excited.
Well, thank you so much. This was great. I really I always enjoy talking to you at the games, but to sit down and really chat it up. I appreciate you being my first guest.
I enjoyed it.